Hi, we're Michelle and Eamonn of Us on the Bus. Last year, we left our jobs to convert an old Mercedes school bus into our dream home on wheels and travel Europe.
Welcome to our first YouTube video where we are going to give you a bus tour and show you everything we've done to make this the ultimate off-grid campervan. If you enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to follow along as we'll be posting more content about our bus and our travels. The reason we chose a 30-year-old school bus was, well, mainly because it was close to our house, affordable and looks flippin' class. But also because we did our research and these old girls are super reliable. They can reach 1,000,000 miles with a bit of love along the way. These buses also have an aluminium shell, so we don't have to worry about rust, which is a huge plus. Having the windows all along the sides was another big benefit, as it allows in so much light, which we love, and any we didn't need, we just blocked up with internal insulation and walls. On the roof, we have put 1,660 watts of solar, which, if you don't know about solar, is a heap of power. This solar charges our mega battery bank, which allows us to be off-grid in the sunny climate of southern Europe, even during the winter. We installed security lights around the perimeter of the roof, as well as security cameras at all access points. This gives us that extra bit of peace of mind when travelling and leaving the bus parked up. A super quick outside tour. We have our awning up here, which we use for cover from the sun because we try and stay in sunshine as much as possible. It's also a place that we can put out for people to camp underneath if we get any visitors. We've a couple of air vents around the bus for just circulating a bit of airflow inside the bus, keeping us cool. Extra super cool lights. We have our electric hookup point here for when we need to plug in for electricity. This is where we fill up our water.
Faster, faster, faster!
Security cameras, reversing camera, security lights. Another vent for the bedroom. This side's in shadow. Another water fill point. Bathroom vent. The toilet.
The toilet.
Yeah, that's Michelle's favourite colour. Our IMAS heater. An outdoor shower, which we'll show you in our video. Comment down below for who you want to see in the outdoor shower. This is where we have our big gas tank. This is where we fill our gas. It's us on the bus. Before we go inside, I thought I'd show you the bus door of all things. But it is quite important because it's the original school bus door we left on for a couple of reasons. One, because we love the look of it. But two, because it opens internally, which means we can actually open the door as we're driving, which is great when you're driving along. You can see the scenery, but also it lets in a lovely amount of air that keeps you nice and cool inside. It opens and closes with the push of a button, which we have wired up, like so. So it's really handy when you're driving along, just opening and closing it, and also looks quite cool. But now we'll show you a bit of inside. This is the driver's seat. We picked this because it has these armrests, and I like it. It also has, the bus has the big school bus steering wheel, which is good fun when you're driving along. When it comes to driving, we put in a couple of extra things. So we have a trucker's sat nav. You can buy these for lorry drivers, but we use it for the school bus because it is 7.5 tonne and 7.5 metres, so it tells us where we can and can't go. We've a reversing camera here as well that works whenever I turn on the lights. So I have the lights on, the side lights all the time. Just means we can always see behind us, which is real handy when you're driving on motorways and stuff for seeing the other lanes. I also have wired in one of the switches over here, which I thought was quite good. If I press this switch, this here turns into a camera going out the front, and I have a little camera installed over there that shows me up that side, just in case I'm in the bus on my own, because we're right-hand drive when we're traveling around Europe. So it's quite handy to see outside of the bus. It just gives me that blind spot if I ever have to overtake anything, usually a tractor or a parked car. We also have installed Pioneer speakers both sides because when we're driving along we like to listen to a few tunes, so we've really good sound system for playing music when we're driving along. And although the experience is really parked up, driving this thing's great fun. The rearview mirror is very handy for conversations with Michelle.
This is my passenger princess chair. It swivels around, it reclines, and it comes with great leg room. That's enough talking about chairs. So let's show you the rest of the bus. Starting with the kitchen, we've got loads of overhead storage, nice rattan finish. So up here we've got all our plates, cups, gorgeous little hand painted cups we got in India. Everything's kind of thrown in and a bit hectic, but it weirdly stays in place.
Yeah, 5 months in a row, nothing's ever fallen out of the lockers.
Yeah.
They lock quite well.
There are little push locks at the bottom. Then up here, lunch boxes, drinking bottles, coffee pot. Down here, we've got our bins in there. Then cutlery drawer here. Saucepans are in there. And then onto our cooker. So our cooker's been fantastic. It's got 4 gas burners on the top. Ta-da. This is our lovely whistling kettle. It's used very often. Sound effects. In here then, we've got a grill on the top and a full oven on the bottom. So it means we can do everything. We've done a full roast dinner, pizzas,
Christmas
do
dinner.
fry up. Yeah. So not much we can't do, which is great.
Michelle says we.
Yeah. Then Eamonn installed some 3-pin sockets, which are brilliant. So it means that we can have our smoothie maker with us and also our coffee grinder, both of which we use loads. Up here is our little Alexa, this gorgeous print that my friend got for me years ago.
Shout out, Emily.
I'm finally making good use of. And then up here is like our skylight extractor fan. So it pulls all the smells from the oven out there, and
They're all good smells.
well, except for like broccoli, you know, and that lingering about. Then down here, there's our Alpicool fridge. It's 85 litres with a little 10 litre freeze box on the top. Oh, that's
Smash.
that's my mojito mix.
Keep that out for later.
Yeah. So
It's a sign.
yeah, great. We fit loads in there, and Eamonn keeps it regulated and at the right temperature, and he'll give out to me for holding it open for too long.
And actually, you can use your app to connect up with it and control the temperature of the fridge and the freezer. Quite handy.
Having the freezer in Europe has been a game changer because we've always got ice pops stocked, which is brilliant. Then onto the sink. So we went for a composite sink. We wanted everything to be in black just because we like the look of that, and apparently composite is better than like enamel and ceramic.
And I don't really like
Don't
the
come
big
for me.
aluminium tin ones.
No, we don't
Looks
like
wise.
that. Lovely gold tap, and this side has got your hot water and cold water. It comes out here, and then on this side, this is just the drinking water tap, so it's filtered, so it comes out a separate part, and it's just for our drinking water. That's the water pump going off. So we do all our washing up here. The sink came with all of these bits, which I love. So there's your chopping board on top, right? All slides across. And then underneath, you got this part for like washing your vegetables. And then once you're done, put it together with a little jigsaw, and it's your draining board as well.
As long as Michelle's happy with the sink, I'm happy.
Eamonn makes use of this occasionally also.
Girls and their toys, eh?
More storage back here, and this has been brilliant, the larder. So we fit 90% of our food into this. Always well stocked. Ta-da. Just slides in and out, and it's brilliant. And
We
then-
have, sorry I'm interrupting, but we
Go
have
on.
those wee locks
Yeah.
on some of the heavier things that just keep it closed because the push locks wouldn't work. Just to keep everything shut when we're driving.
Yeah, you don't want it flying open. And then underneath the sink, just a bit of storage for cleaning bits.
This is our lovely wall of art. So shout out Prince of Ireland, Emma Shuck Designs, Michelle's friend. That was a little watercolour she did of us when we got engaged. Very kind of her. And lots of different Irish artists. So we just like having that, a little reminder of home when we're on the road. Up in here as well, we also have our Starlink Wi-Fi. So we've put that in, which means that as long as we're parked out, we can see the sky. We get unreal Wi-Fi. It's really strong. It's perfect for our laptops, our phones, and watching movies and our projector. Back here then we have our shower in here, our indoor bathroom. So it has a shower and toilet. Outside we have a couple of little hooks for hanging towels, which is quite handy. We actually replaced these hooks recently because when we were in India, we picked up these little ones. There's also one in the kitchen. Just thought they looked nice. And then in here we have our shower. So we've put on these folding doors to save space. And then in here we have our bathroom. We have a skylight and an air vent, and then another fan that sucks out all of the moisture, which is quite handy when you're showering. Also used when you're using the toilet because it does get rid of smells. The toilet is down there, and we have a tipsy sink here for when you need to wash your hands. Then we have our shower along there with all of our different products, and it's a hot cold shower. It's just a standard household one, but it's great pressure and it's really nice having a warm shower in the bus. We have 2 different hot water units in the bus. So this one here is an IMAS gas instant hot water heater, which means that it runs off our gas tank and we have instant hot water in the bus from the sink, from the shower, from the outdoor shower. As soon as you turn it on, you can have hot water, which is unreal when you're traveling around. This here is a game changer. This unit in here is a calorifier. They were mainly used in boats, but we got one for our bus build because the coolant from the bus comes in through these pipes here. So whenever the bus is running, the engine heats up the coolant, and then that comes in here and heats up our water. So as we're driving, we're basically getting free hot water. And if you go for a half-an-hour drive, you have piping hot water afterwards. This is a great unit. Would highly recommend this for off-grid builds.
This is our wardrobe. So all of our clothes go between these 4 pull-out drawers. And then this hanging space up on top. So this is again one of those sliding doors that just folds back on itself. We should have tidied this before we shot the video, but all of our clothes then are here on this rail.
And it's got a wee light switch for us as well.
Oh yeah, it has a little light switch. So it's brilliant. We don't have much with us, but this fits everything really well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So loads of storage under here. Oh, God knows what will fall out. So lock on that. We keep our wash bag in here, but also everything like camping chairs, all the tools. What else have we got? Like picnic blankets. God, loads. Oh yeah, and it's got its own little switch as well. So when you're rooting through here, it's easy to find everything that you need.
Then we've got this little ladder made out of wood for getting up into the bed because it is slightly off the ground. So the ladder's quite handy for you need to get up in, as Michelle will kindly show us.
To demonstrate.
Great angle.
Oh, dirty socks as well. And this is the bed. The bed has been so comfy, which is so key. So we're diagonal across, but it's a full...
Horizontal.
Oh, I always get that wrong. It's horizontal across the bus, but the bus is wide. Like it's a full length king size bed, and then the width is about a double size. So we cut down the mattress ourselves. We've got a memory foam mattress, so it's really soft. Yeah, and a gorgeous little cozy space. The fairy lights always just make it more beautiful.
Loads of charging points as well, and our little fairy light bookshelf where we keep our Kindles, our quiz books, and where we can charge our phones at night. And then at the bottom of the bed
is
another projector screen for movie nights if we're just feeling super lazy and we want to watch movies in bed.
Yeah.
We also have a little air vent over there that we can use during the summer. We pretty much use it all the time for letting air in when we're sleeping. And then an extra extractor fan over there for pulling up the air just to create a bit of airflow. Michelle also created those little covers over there, yeah.
Not a perfect design, but you just velcro them here and then you cover up the vent. So when it was a bit colder when we were up the mountains and stuff, we were able to cover the vents and not let as much draft through.
That is the boudoir.
It is the boudoir. So back here above the bed, we've installed an air conditioning unit. This is great in the hot weather in Europe. It's got little fan vents that you can twist and direct. So back towards the bed, or when we're down in the kitchen area, we can turn them that way. We've also got a diesel heater. It's just the Chinese diesel heater, and it's brilliant. Again, it's got a vent that you can direct either back here towards the bed or down towards the kitchen, and it means when you get out of the shower you can have the heater running. It's lovely. Or when you get up in the morning you can have the heater on. It's been brilliant to try and keep the different areas hot or cold. I've put in curtains and I sewed in a little thermal layer onto all of our curtains. So the one back here and also all the ones on the window. This pulls across, and this is your little changing area then.
And it also compartmentalizes the back and the front,
so if
as
you've
you're
got
saying.
the air conditioning on, you can keep this area cool by pulling the curtain across, or if you've got the heater on, blah blah blah. All along this wall then is all of our gadgets, I suppose. So these are the two readers for our water, grey and
Fresh.
And then some emptying switches at the top here.
Yeah, so we press these and they empty the grey water if we're parked over a drain or something. Means we don't have to get outside the bus and open taps with your hands because it can be a bit smelly. We just press button, opens it, releases it. Quite handy.
Yeah, and then this here is our gas, and the gas monitor there.
Yeah, so that's for our gas regulator that opens and closes our gas supply. But we also got the upgraded kit that even if we have this on, if we're in a crash, it senses the crash and it'll shut off. Thankfully, we haven't had to test that out yet.
And then this is for our IMAS, so that water heater that Eamonn showed earlier. Just gives you the temperature and everything there, and then just the on and off switch, and that's pretty much it. Then you've got instant hot water. These are just light switches.
In here's our electrics cupboard. But we thought a good idea was put a full-size mirror in there for when you're getting changed, because you generally get changed in this spot here. And then in here is all our electrics for being off-grid. Probably where most of our money went in the build, but well worth it. If you see blue, it's Victron. You'll know if you are into conversions what that is. It's unreal gear that you can control off your phone. You'll see loads of wires in here. The reason we have those there is because I got into a bit of a YouTube hole and decided that I wanted the bus to have all the electrics, well, most of them, the important ones, wired into Alexa, who we have here. So we can say fun things like, Alexa, turn on the main lights.
Okay.
And you get that. And she actually runs our heating, our AC, our lights, our projector screen, loads of other wee things. So really handy and unnecessary, but I just thought, why not? Whenever I was hours into YouTube and thinking I wanted to be an electrician. But the electrics in the bus then, if you want to see a bit more about our off-grid electrics, sure, throw a comment down below and we might do a more in-depth discussion into how we built all this. But essentially we have 24 volt running all of our lights and most of our appliances. We have 240 volts, which was that big unit in there, which then means that we can power 3-pin plugs, we can charge our laptops, and it runs a few other things in the bus like Alexa. And then we have a few other small things that run like 12 volt DC heater and a couple other things running off 12 volt. But we have a fairly mega electric system in the bus, which means that we kind of can be off grid for as long as we want. We can hook up if we need to if we're in campsites, but we don't really need that because we have so much solar, as we talked about earlier, and we have a huge battery bank. So essentially, as long as we're somewhere that it's sunny, we can stay off grid for as long as we want, which is kind of why we built this system, and it's been great so far.
Should I reload this?
Go on.
So this is the area where we get lots of work done. No, God. No, but this is our little seating area. We eat our meals. We've got a gorgeous live edge table, I believe it's called. Eamonn bought this at auction and we just varnished it and finished it off. 4 seats, so space for guests. Also supposed to be where we do work from. There are charging ports down under the table for charging your laptops as you're working. Lovely view, gorgeous dining table light above our heads.
Lovely. And then this is also where we sit for like most of the evening if we want to use the projector, which goes here. We bought this little nebula capsule projector because it's portable, so it's about the size of a, I don't know, a can of beans or something, and you can take it outside. We've used it out on the rocks on the side of the bus, but also we've put some of these little mounts, one here and one in the bedroom, because it's got a little screw thread, a 1/4 inch screw. This here's a bouncy ball I just put a little thread into in the bottom because I was feared of us hitting our heads off that there. So this just screws on like so. Then all 4 chairs, I just smacked my head. It's alright. All 4 chairs can face the front, as we said. These are old swivel seats out of ambulances. So they all swivel around, fold down, do everything you need them to, but it means they can all face forward and watch your projector up there. And also they all have seat belts, so if we have guests coming, we can actually travel 5 people in the bus, which is quite handy. So I suppose, yeah, these all fold down into a guest bed, which we'll show now. And then
you just throw a blow-up mattress on top.
Yeah, it's a great job. Double bed for guests. Michelle made all these. These are, they've got the
reflectix
foil thermal insulation stuff that reflects sunlight, and then has also put a nice colour in the back of them. They're really handy for round the front windows. She had a custom make all of them, but we just stuck little suckers on them. Suckers. And you stick them on like that. Put them all around the front here, and they keep out the heat, and also they're very good for a bit of privacy. Promised you a surprise at the end. Here it is, our boot. The reason is, this was where they used to keep the luggage in the bus, but the back door was about that size there. Michelle and I decided to cut that out, take it all off, cut a huge hole in the back of the bus. We had to put on new lights all over the place. It was a load of work. There was a time we didn't think it was worth it, but it definitely was, because now when we open up our new boot, we have our party piece. Da-da-da-da. Our very cool vintage motorbike. So there's a slide out drawer here that locks into place, and then we have a little ramp, and we just take it down off the ramp and head off exploring, and it's super cool. But Michelle and I, actually, both of us had to do our bike test just so we could drive this legally around Europe. So we're both bikers now. We just need a few tats to prove it. But yeah, both did our tests. This has been a great addition to the bus. It's fantastic being able to just leave the big bus somewhere, take this down, head off, throw on our gear, which is hanging up in the back there, and it's so enjoyable. And also we think we're quite cool, so that's the main thing.
I think we nailed it.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, if you've made it this far, then thank you very much for watching our first YouTube video. Like everybody says, if you've enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe, because that actually makes a really big difference. So that would be great. It'd be nice to build a bit of a community here and know that we're not just talking to ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. And if there's anything about the build that you want to see a bit more of, or get a bit more of an explanation into, just fire it down below. Give us a comment and say what you'd like to see. We're also on our travels, as we said, so if there's anything you want to see when we're traveling, or anything you'd want to see a bit more of, make sure just to let us know. But hopefully we'll see you again sometime soon on video number 2. But yeah, see you later.